Let's take a look at a systematic and very effective tool that all special operations teams use to ensure that they conduct a proper threat assessment and know what the enemy is capable of doing. We call it IPB, or Intelligence Preparation of the Battlefield. Let's take a look at IPB with a focus on defining the operational environment, describing the operational environment, evaluating the threat, determining threat courses of action, and then I'll finish off with a contemporary military example and a very practical and useful application of IPB for a civilian business example. Intel drives ops. What this means is that intelligence, or intel, is the driving force for operations. For example, I want to work in the Bahamas on the beach, but Boko Haram is in Africa. So we have to go to Africa to fight those terrorists. It isn't about what you want, it's about the bad guys, the terrorists, where they are, what they do, and how they operate. So let's see how the US military systematically studies the enemy. Intelligence preparation of the battlefield is the systematic process of analyzing the mission variables of enemy, terrain, weather, and civil considerations in an area of interest to determine their effects on operations. IPB allows commanders and staff to take a holistic approach to analyzing their operational environment. IPB holistically describes the totality of relevant aspects on the battlefield that may impact friendly, threat, and neutral forces. IPB identifies places and windows of opportunity most advantageous for mission success. An operational environment is a composite of the conditions, circumstances, and influences that affect command decisions and the employment of forces. An operational environment for any specific operation comprises more than the interacting variables that exist within a specific physical area. It also involves interconnected influences from the global or regional perspective, such as politics and economics. The goal is to identify characteristics within the operational environment that can affect friendly and threat operations. During step 2 of the IPB process, the intelligence staff describes how terrain, weather, civil considerations, and friendly forces affect threat forces. They also determine the effects of friendly and threat force actions on the local population. The purpose of evaluating the threat is to understand how a threat can affect friendly operations, how a threat force will react in a given situation. The intelligence staff creates and continually refines threat models. When analyzing a well-known threat, the intelligence staff may be able to rely on previously developed threat models. When analyzing a new or less well-known threat, the intelligence staff may need to evaluate the threat and develop threat models. During step 4, the intelligence staff identifies and develops possible threat courses of action, or COAs, that can affect accomplishment of the friendly mission. A course of action is nothing more than a deliberate assessment of what the enemy will do. Intel staff usually make 2 enemy plans. These plans are called the most likely course of action and the most dangerous course of action. Let's imagine that an enemy terrorist organization has taken hostages and is keeping them at an undisclosed compound until their demands are met. While defining the operational environment, the Intel staff narrows down all of the interconnected influences and circumstances regarding the kidnapping. When describing environmental effects on operations and timeline, you analyze the local terrain, weather, and civil considerations. As it turns out, this narrows down where the terrorists might be hiding, and so you focus your reconnaissance and intelligence assets in those areas. You evaluate the threat and learn that they would have a small villa guarded by 5 to 7 armed men within a large walled compound guarded by an outer ring of 4 or 5 more armed men. You analyze existing threat models for this organization and create a most dangerous, as well as a most likely enemy plan or course of action. And now that you have identified what the enemy is going to do, how they are going to do it, and what environmental factors are important and influential, as soon as the actual compound is identified, and it won't take a long time to do so, the Special Operations Unit is now able to make their plan on how they are going to set the conditions to raid the compound and rescue the hostages. Now let's imagine that you're an American technology firm that is fighting to remain competitive in the global market. When your leaders define the operational environment, they see that all similar tech firms are reliant upon computer chips made in China. They further describe environmental effects on operations and assess that the terrain, or the distance a chip must travel from China to their manufacturing plant in Texas, is slowing down the process. Not to mention that transportation costs are getting more expensive as fuel prices soar. The weather and stormy seas are also slowing down international shipments. And for civilian considerations, the Chinese have prioritized selling computer chips to other countries before doing business with Americans. This American tech company evaluates the threat of a global dependence upon Chinese computer chips. And while determining threat courses of action, they assess that the most likely course of action is that China will pretend that COVID is limiting their production and transportation of chips for several months. But their most dangerous course of action would be if China completely stopped selling their chips to American businesses. Cars would stop being made. Appliances would stop being made. Computers would stop being made. And now that the American tech firm has studied their competition and have identified what their competition is going to do, the CEO and board of visitors is able to repurpose a satellite branch of their firm to build computer chips. They are convinced that the way forward is to eliminate their dependence upon Chinese computer chips and to build chips for themselves. Okay, there you have it, an executive summary of intelligence preparation of the battlefield. I hope you are better able to understand your enemy or your competition and are able to develop a plan to mitigate their influence or to beat them in the marketplace. Let me know who your competition is and how you might outsmart them or outplan them in the comments below. Please like and subscribe if you want to join my Life as a Special Operations team. And don't forget to forward this video to a friend who needs to see this. Life is a special operation. Are you ready for it?